conflict on campuses throughout California over a war a half a world away, with a protest encampment forming at UCLA and the cancellation of the main commencement ceremony at USC. We hear from all sides during this semester of discontent. There's a public safety crisis at LA Metro, with County Supervisor Catherine Barger, a Metro board member, saying she's afraid to ride the very system she helps govern. We talk with her about what needs to be done following attacks on bus drivers and the murder of a 66-year-old woman on her way home from work. An urgency bill was introduced in Sacramento that would fast-track state approval for abortion providers in Arizona who want to bring their patients here to end their pregnancy. We talked with the co-author of the legislation, Oakland State Senator Nancy Skinner. And Democrats this week killed a bill that would have outlawed non-disclosure agreements when it comes to negotiations over pending legislation. But when the chair of the committee was asked about it, her response?
I have no comment.
News Conference with Conan Nolan. Newsmakers, issues, impact. Your local political source for over 50 years and the longest running broadcast in Southern California. Your host, Conan Nolan.
Good morning and welcome to the Tom Brokaw News Center here at Universal City. I'm Conan Nolan. Thanks for joining us. The governor of California weighed in this past week on the tents that have shown up on college campuses, the protest demonstrations, the police at not just private campuses, but public universities as well. Here's what Gavin Newsom had to say.
Want to maintain people's right to protest, at the same time do so peacefully without any hate. And we don't want any more. I just want to avoid a lot of what we're seeing in other parts of the country.
Members of Trojans for Palestine and the campaign to divest, boycott, and sanction Israel were asked multiple times to provide someone so we could interview them about their 9 demands of the USC administration. They chose not to send someone to talk to us. This is what they had to say during a press conference earlier this week.
More than 200 days have passed since Israel began its genocide in Gaza, amounting to a death toll of more than 34,000 Palestinians. We will continue to call for an end to USC's ties to Israel and investments in militarism abroad, to the Israeli occupation and settlement against international laws, and to the ongoing displacement of both South Central residents, which stands in parallel with the ongoing displacement of people in Gaza. In light of the extreme escalation and aggression by DPS and LAPD, we will be continuing our occupation with a peaceful die-in on campus.
But one student organization on campus with a much different view of all this is the Trojans for Israel. Brandon Tavakoli is the president of that organization. He joins us now by video link. So let me ask you, first of all, thanks for taking the time. Protests on college campuses are nothing new, but from what you've been saying is that, listen, it's not just about policy, it's personal, and that Jewish students feel somewhat attacked by what is going on campus. You've said that, listen, you support the right to protest, but you don't support the right for hate speech against Jewish students and intimidation. Give us an example of what has happened and Jewish students not feeling safe.
Yeah, so there is a clearly unacceptable chant that we hear. It's Intifada revolution. There is only one solution. So not only does that language eerily harken back to the words of the final solution, but in the context of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, the word Intifada clearly refers to a period of time where Israeli civilians were targeted with bus bombings and nightclub shootings and just terrorist attacks. And Jewish students are internalizing that as calls for violence against them. And Conan, let me just say this. Jewish students just want to be given the right that every other student wants, and that's to be believed. When we express that certain bigotry against us is bigotry against us, it's unfair and inappropriate and unacceptable that Jewish students have to be met with, prove it, or you misunderstood. our bigotry is our bigotry, and we have the right to define it the way that we want to define it. And it's unacceptable that Jewish students have to walk onto campus and be intimidated in this way.
Brandon Tavakoli, president of Trojans for Israel. Thanks for joining us. Besides protests, the University of Southern California is also home to a distinguished school of journalism, the Annenberg School for Communication and Journalism. Jacob Wheeler is a student at USC and a member of that department who's been reporting. He's an intern for us here at KNBC, and you've been reporting for us. You've been helping out other NBC platforms. What is it like on campus right now?
The environment on campus right now, Conan, is extremely tense, and the tensions have been building for weeks now, really since the October 7th attacks on Israel. The university's decision to cancel their valedictorian speech for the May 10th commencement has really just ignited a firestorm on our campus. There's two schools of thought to this. There's one school of thought that, regardless of what you think of the valedictorian's views, her views on the conflict, she was selected, obviously, for her.
Point out for people that this was a Muslim student who had been selected. She was certainly within the GPA, and she had all the merits for this position. But other students had pointed to posts she had linked on her social media account that mentioned the elimination of the State of Israel.
It called for the complete abolition of Israel, and of course that enraged and infuriated Jewish students, of course, who raised objections to that, calling them anti-Semitic, calling on the university to reconsider their selection. They pointed to the fact that the university, Carol Folt specifically, has said comforting words to them privately about trying to limit hate speech, anti-Semitic rhetoric, and they were quite frankly appalled that the university went with someone who espouses these beliefs. But on the other hand of that, Conan, a lot of people think that the university is trying to override her free expression, her First Amendment rights. And they obviously made a calculation that removing her as valedictorian was obviously worth it, regardless of what pushback they were going to get from removing her.
What do students say about the president, Carol Folt?
Really disappointed with her. This is someone who, she was inaugurated in 2019 promising to, support campus protests, but to also limit hate speech on campus and to support everyone in their campus community. She makes millions of dollars a year, and she has really taken a backseat in this entire controversy. She signed a 5-year deal in 2019 when she was first inaugurated to replace President Nikias at USC. And there's a school of thought that, if she's going to be re-extended, why hasn't there been some sort of announcement? The semester is rapidly coming to a close. Commencement is weeks away. There's been nothing from the university about whether she's staying or going. So all eyes on the Board of Trustees about what they're going to do with her.
You've done a great job for us, so thank you, and you represent your university well. Jacob Wheeler from Annenberg at USC. Up next, there was a murder on Metro this past week, and now one of the board of directors of the Metropolitan Transportation Authority says she's afraid to ride the Metro. When we return.